Tulsa looks to pick up its first win against Sacramento ever. Meanwhile, the home side aims to make it 8 straight without a defeat against the Roughnecks. UC Davis Health brings you this USL Championship matchup. I'm Rob McAllister, and filling in for Kevin Goldthwait tonight is former Republic midfielder and MLS veteran Adam Moffat. Well, it's two clubs heading in opposite directions. Tulsa hasn't won since April 24th, but Sacramento seems to be piecing it together. After a convincing victory 2 weeks ago in New Mexico, looks pretty good here for Sacramento, Adam.
Fantastic performance against a team who are undefeated at home. To go in there, get 3 points, score 3 goals, and keep a clean sheet. That's a huge, huge confidence boost for this team. Something that we're looking to build upon tonight. The attackers get a lot of praise, the defenders, the goalkeeper, but I think the midfield played a huge part. The connection between Ray Sari and Jaime Villarreal, something we're looking to continue here in tonight's match.
See if they can keep it going. They played well in the month of June after a tumultuous May. Cameron Iwasa and company, can they continue the hot streak here in the start of summer at Papa Murphy's Park? It's Pride Night in Sacramento. Should be a fun one. We'll have your starting 11s coming up next.
Supporters of the LGBTQ.
It's Pride Night here in Sacramento as Republic take on Tulsa Roughnecks FC. Alongside Adam Moffat, Rob McAllister with you. Let's get to our Consolidated Communications matchup and begin with Cameron Iwasa for Sacramento. Once again, Adam, he is leading this team not only in goals scored, but on the field play. He's been dynamic. He's been fantastic.
He's been fantastic, as you say. He's been putting the ball in the back of the net. He's stepped up as a leader. He's been putting the penalty kicks away, which is a big deal this year. And hopefully the rest of the guys can feed off that.
And taking a look now for Tulsa, Christian. Altamirano, 4 goals, 1 assist, played in all 15 matches in the midfield. He's been a dynamic player as well, really moving from the out to in, giving them a different look.
Yeah, he does. He likes to come inside and create some problems. So he's a player that Sacramento will have to keep an eye on tonight.
And let's take a look now at our Jiffy Lube Multi-Care starting 11. And a couple of changes, as you see, in that center back position for Sacramento. Harris Hatsopoulos, Mitchell Tainer getting the start. Pretty similar lineup we've seen for this team on a roll. They're back healthy. And this is a team that has some pieces in the midfield that you really like. That combination between Villarreal and Sarri, the way they've been playing.
Yeah, I think you saw in the New Mexico game, they're starting to click. And that's a big thing for this team going forward. On a little bit of a roll here, 2 victories, but back here at home tonight, it's really important that those two establish themselves and take control of that midfield, and good things will come from that.
And they'll play that 4-2-3-1. Meanwhile, let's go to the other side for Tulsa Roughnecks. Janu Silva up top, 5 goals, but it's been interesting along that right back position. Luca Lobo really a surprise for head coach Michael Nisian.
Yeah, whenever you have a defender who scores 7 goals, you know he's doing something well. So keep an eye on him. Set pieces are going to be big tonight. He likes to get forward. If the delivery's good, they're going to give him a chance.
And you'll see them in a 4-1-1. And again, taking another look back at Cameron Owasa, a local kid playing here for his local team. What does that mean for a guy like this?
He loves it. He loves the energy that the local fans give him. And he wants the rest of the guys, even if they're not from Sacramento, if they're from another country, another state, he wants them to feel that love that he feels, and he's going to get the guys going tonight.
Well, he's on pace for another fantastic year already. Republic's all-time leading goal scorer has 36 in his Sacramento Republic career. Republic with 20 points on the season. Roughnecks with 17. However, Sacramento has just played 13 matches, while everybody else in the conference has played at least 15. Our referee tonight, Alejandro Acquieto Jr. He's joined by Michael Campanart, Justin Fillmore, and Jaime Padilla. As Ray Sarri and company will move to the left side of your screen, north toward the Tower Bridge Battalion in Old Glory Red. The visitors, Tulsa Roughnecks, wearing the white kits. And again, Mason Steidehaar, the goalkeeper tonight, making his 9th appearance for Tulsa on the year. It should be a fun one. It's Pride Night, a beautiful evening in Sacramento, as you can't ask for a better start to the summer. The team is starting to click at them. The weather is great. What a beautiful evening for soccer in the capital.
It's a lovely night, and the players are gonna be excited to get out there tonight and stamp their authority here at home.
Sacramento looking to continue the streak. They have never lost to Tulsa. Tulsa, meanwhile, looking to get their first victory in 7 tries. This will be number 8 as Sacramento and Tulsa are underway from Papa Murphy's Park. Plays McCrary along that right side as he moves into the midfield. Sam Warner out wide along with Bajev here. Dangerous combination as McCrary goes down, may have taken one to the face, and Tainter up in the mix early.
Yeah, you don't like to see someone down on the ground within the first 30 seconds, so hopefully McCrary can shake that off.
And with a moment, let's take a look at your Chevy keys to the match, Adam.
Yeah, tonight, again, back at home. So it's starting strong. It's been 10, 11 days since the last game. So you want to play yourself into it. There might be a little bit of rust for the team here tonight. Can we play simple to start with, eliminate the risks, and go from there? Set pieces are going to be big. This is a Tulsa team who haven't been scoring freely, haven't been scoring in the run of play. So they'll be looking to score any opportunity to get. They've got big, tall defenders who will look to get on the end of all these crosses and free kicks. So keep an eye on that. And the goals. The goals are starting to roll in. We saw 3 midweek in the Open Cup, and the game in New Mexico, another 3. So can that keep going? We don't always want to be Kamawasa. Can other guys contribute? That's a big factor tonight.
Ballon Gomez here along the left side. Cyprian Hedrick in the starting 11, making his 150th USL Championship appearance. Been quite around it. Tulsa led by Michael Nisian. His first full year, took over halfway through last season and pretty much gutted this roster to create what he felt was a culture change that was desperately needed. And out of the gate, Adam, this team played very well. It's been a different story as of late.
Yeah, they came out strong right at the start of the year. It's tough to maintain that. You know, the initial gelling period seemed to work out well, but now they're going through a rough patch. So as he said when we spoke to him this week, can they overcome that adversity? It came a little bit easy at the start of the year. Now it's been a challenge.
Well, they scored 16 goals in their first 8 matches, and then if you look at what's happened since, just 6 in the last 7. Their last win on April 24th. And you talk about testing chemistry. Tulsa's in that mix right now, where Michael Cian is going to have to find some kind of roster shakeup or lineup to get them going. On the left side here, working as a Jaquia in the starting 11 here tonight, deep into the attacking third. A moment and a crashing Jordan McCrary to break up the challenge. It'll be a corner kick, the first of the evening.
Yeah, good play by a Jaquia there. He's a tricky player. He's gonna be going at the players, and you see, takes on Jordan McCrary here, gets to the byline, and just overran his touch slightly there. And Sacramento got lucky. That was a dangerous position there.
First Smile Generation corner kick of the evening. Off the back post, Hedrick was in the area. Jev battling. There's going to be a throw for Republic. Let's take a look at our UC Davis Health injury report. At UC Davis Health, the latest news, events, and photos and more. You can follow on Instagram and Twitter at UC Davis Health. Sacramento, healthy. How about that?
That's
I mean,
good
what
to
a
see.
surprise. We have not had that all season long. And for, of course, Tulsa, Akil Barrett out with that knee, ACL likely done for the season. And Matt Sheldon, he's been dealing with the hernia, but he's in the lineup tonight. So welcome back, Matt Sheldon. Is much needed boost, and played in New Zealand a bit last year. Still a young player, but went to college right down the street at UC Davis. So welcome back to Matt Sheldon on 2 levels.
Yeah, that's great to see. Seeing that none on the injury report. It's rare you get that in professional sports. So now there's going to be competition for spots here. Guys are going to miss out on some games. Makes it tougher for the coach. Well,
it's a coach decisions. I mean, I think for the first couple of months of the season, there really hasn't been questioned who's going to be in the 18. But here tonight, Elliott Ford, Hayden Partain not in that 18. Changes the dynamic of a team. You've been a part of this. What does that do to the locker room, and how do you make sure everyone's involved, and that becomes, cancer to say? I'm not Hayden Partain and Elliott Ford would be those guys, but it can happen quickly when guys aren't in the lineup.
It can, and I know those 2 guys personally, and I know their attitudes, and I know their reaction is going to be, I'm going to work harder, I'm going to prove that I'm worth a spot on the team, and that's what you want to see. That's what's going to help the whole team. It's at times when maybe there's some younger players a little more naive, they feel too sorry for themselves. And that's when it creates an issue. But I know with those 2 guys, they're just going to battle as hard as they can.
A nice foot on from Bajev. Finding Bajomo, takes a shot to the back from Luca Lobo. And it'll be a set piece coming for Sacramento. And that is what Stefano Bonomo gives you. A little bit of pace, but more is physicality and understanding how to draw fouls. He really has been a bright spot in that department. Felt the pressure coming, played it well.
Smart player. He knows how to use his body. You can see he's a big boy. He knows if I get my team a free kick here, I can send the big defenders up and get something from it.
Billion Bajev's worked his way back in, and since he has come back from injury, he was out for about a month. And this team has been different, to say the least, in a very good way. The attack, seeing it from left side, now the right side. Now it's not just Sam Warner and trying to find Iwasa. You've got 3 or 4 guys here, and it's something Michael Messian said they have to slow down. Those top 3 are going to cause problems for this Tulsa side. He said we've got to be physical. Bajev swings it in. Good opportunity for Hansopoulos, looking for his 2nd goal on the year. But now it's Tulsa looking to counter, and a team that's struggled. This is exactly what can make them a bit dangerous. Dono Silva, the turnover. Villarreal knows he missed Bonomo on that one. Somehow they get able to clean it back up. Here's Warner. Run from Warner. McCrary goes inside instead. Now it's Villarreal. He's looking for someone to make a run, and they'll concede a corner. I think Republic are lucky there. Just a bit missed time, and you have 3 guys in the box, which is a good thing. Just not the right place.
No, it's a dangerous pass, and puts that defender under pressure. You get a corner kick, but maybe looking at the guys maybe on the front foot there, looking to attack that ball. It's a smart ball in by Jaime Villarreal.
Jeff coming off his first goal in the U.S. Open Cup. It was against San Jose, which unfortunately the Republic fell 4-3 at Avaya Stadium. Jeff also with an assist to Sam Warner. And then Skundrick added one toward the end of the game. But an exciting match down in San Jose, nearly moving on, but just too much offense. And San Jose starting to get healthy. They look good now in MLS play as well. I think you probably played San Jose 2 weeks prior and you're coming away with a win.
Yeah, it was a tough result, but the boys showed some great battle in that match.
Jeff looking back post, crashing in, Tainer, and it rattles in. Mitchell Tainer with his second goal of the season, and Sacramento takes the lead in the 8th minute.
Great delivery. Great delivery by William B. Jeff. Gave your defenders a chance. And Mitch Tainer again with another goal. Second goal here this year. Attacking it. Losing his man. Power right towards the goalie. He's got no chance.
And to come off a corner kick has the fans feeling good here. Perfect delivery. And it's hard to stop a guy 200+ pounds at 6'3". And I think Legendre maybe had tried to use his feet. I think trying to get another look at it, but tough defending there, and it allows Mitchell Tainer just enough, and it's on the end of it. Sacramento has the 1-0 lead here at home, and the good times continue for this club, who has been red hot in June.
Yeah, that's the start you're looking for right there. Fantastic header by Mitch Tainer. Took a deflection before going in, but with that amount of power, there's no way defenders can react to that. It's a great job on him.
Set pieces, and you look pretty smart right now.
I do look pretty smart right now. Yeah, again, good delivery, give you guys a chance.
And it's something Public historically have not been particularly great at. We've seen it change not only in some of the areas in the open field this year, but really the set pieces such as that, and also penalty kicks. Both have been much better than they have the last couple of years. And it's good to see William Bajev get his first assist in USL play this year. Hard to believe it's just #1.
Yeah, obviously the injuries have slowed him down a little bit so far this season, but already put a couple of great crosses in. And he's going to have more looks tonight.
We've seen a couple of those from Mitchell Tainer already trying to beat the lines, get it over to Bonomo up top. With Hansopoulos and Tainer, is that something designed here by Simon Elliott to work it?
Yeah, with Bonomo up top, he likes to stretch that field. You know, he's a big boy, he's a big target. So Tainer's looking to hit his chest, hit his head, hit his feet, whatever. Just hit him direct, and then you've got guys coming underneath. You've got Awasa coming underneath, Bijev, and Werner.
There's Matt Sheldon in his first start. Acosta. In the middle, Altamirano. And last touch by Gomez. It'll be a throw. Jacob, crafty player, 26-year-old, went to Chico State. A couple hours from here. Been around San Antonio, Colorado Springs. Didn't play a whole lot in 2019 so far here, but he's getting the start here tonight. And I think you look at Michael Messiah and he figures the way this team has struggled on the road, he went with more of a veteran team that has some USL experience.
Yeah, you want some steady minds in there who've maybe been around a little bit. But Jake was a dangerous player. You can see him already. He's looking to prove a point. Some of these guys haven't played that many minutes, so this is their opportunity tonight.
Jacob cuts it in. Mitchell Tainer. Guerra says, get up. Good pressure swarming from Rodrigo da Costa. Jeb did give up on the play. And here's Hansopoulos out of the back. Warner into the corner. Top 5 and crosses in the USL. And here's another one looking for a chance for Bonomo. And interesting, reaching out with Sebring and Hendrick. Nearly a handball. and which would have been a devastating blow for Tulsa. Either way, it goes through. It'll be a goal kick coming up for Mason Stuyvesant.
Yeah, Werner's so dangerous. He's out on the right now, but cutting back onto that left foot. Put a ball in between the defenders and the goalkeeper like that, you never know what's going to happen. If the striker doesn't get there, maybe the defender gets a touch on it, puts it in his own net.
Wassa able to pick it clean. A dive. Here's a chance, laying it forward. Here's Bonomo with a nice strike, and it just missed wide. Bonomo still looking for his first, but here we are. Jaime Villarreal, what we've seen from him these last two matches, much more in the attack, putting pressure on, and sets up what could have been the game's second goal.
Yeah, Jaime has a fantastic engine on him, so just putting pressure on, forcing a turnover in a dangerous spot, and Bonomo just pulled his shot a little too wide there. But that's good to see. Villarreal had a tough injury last year, so for him to be back out playing right now, he's just going to keep building week by week, and he's a huge player for this team.
Danger meeting Silva nearly midfield here. Sheldon sending it backward. Hedrick and Roberts, two steady veterans for Tulsa in the center back position. Wear your city on your sleeve. Republic FC City Kit. Pay tribute to the Sacramento City flag and all that is City of Sacramento. It's on sale now at the team store and online. Get yours today. Republic in the Old Glory red as Ray Sari goes down in the midfield. Michael Neeson, an Oklahoma native, did play a little bit with Portland and LA, reserve teams at the time. And still get an opportunity here with the Tulsa Roughnecks. Meanwhile, Simon Elliott, MLS veteran as well, and tactically has had to make some adjustments this year. I think they thought the players they brought in, they could do one thing, and either Simon making some tweaks worked out, or players started to figure out tactically what Simon was getting them to do. Either way, it's starting to work out pretty well.
It is. The team's getting a little bit of a groove here. And you just don't know. You just don't know when you know, when you sign a guy. You can see all the video you want, but once you see them day in, day out of practice, you know, you get a feel of, you know, what they're really all about. And we're still early in the year, 13 games played, so players are still adapting. You saw a guy like Matt Mahoney who didn't play too much at the start of the year, but gets his first goal in New Mexico a couple of weeks ago, and just been building on that. You know, it's never instantaneous where someone just comes in and they hit the ground running. There's a few players, I'll get. There's a few special players that do that. So, but yeah, there's going to be lots of adjustments made, and I think credit to the players. They've responded well to whatever changes have been made.
Dangerous deflection there. Silva looked to get a step, and Jake Wood not able to find a teammate. But you've seen center back positions, what typically don't change. Nice through ball to Bonomo coming from the back line. And you've seen now Mitchell Tainer, Hansa Polos, Matt Mahoney, Decker Keenan, all playing within that role. And really, other than the Reno match, there hasn't been really an issue at all. And it seems to me that the midfield's been better, the up top pressure's been better, and really not allowing the opponent to really put a lot of pressure on the other end of the field, which has helped keep the goals down low. Here's another cross deep. Here's Bajev waiting for it. Still in the mixture, and Steinhardt able to gobble it up. But for you, is that really the midfield and really the top guys playing and putting pressure on that alleviates some pressure when you have to make changes in the back line because of injuries?
Yeah, defenders like to defend, obviously, but not for 90 minutes of the whole game, you know. So it really does. You can see Kamawase here putting pressure up top, Bonomo, Villarreal putting pressure on. You can start defending up there, and that makes a huge difference. And the guys at the back are always switched on. They're ready to go. And there's been plenty of variations, like you say, due to injuries or, you know, maybe just poor form. So whoever's back in there, they feel like the organization feels like, oh, we've got a strong enough squad, and that's good to see.
Well, we haven't seen this combination of Tainter and Hansapolo so far working out. Republic with a 1-0 lead on a set piece from William Bajev, finding Mitchell Tainer for the game's first goal, and that came in the 8th minute. Prairie moving forward, cutting it back in. Now he's in the 18, slicing, looking for Iwasa to make a run. And that's a veteran move by Hedrick to cut off Cameron Iwasa from darting toward that near post.
Yeah, smart defender by Hedrick. The guy who's been around, so he wasn't letting Iwasa get across him there. That's where Cam likes to go. Bam, right in that spot. Great defending.
You played center back for a bit of time or two, or when you're looking at film, is that something that Tulsa's reviewing, like to see where your strikers go and you try to meet them in these spots?
Yeah, they're looking at, you know, his movement, where's he scoring his goals from, the positions. In that position right there, you have the fullback going forward. McCreary makes a great run. You know, make sure you have your eyes. One of the defenders has to have their eye on Cam Iwasa to prove he can score goals.
Select is the official ball supplier of USL Championship and many of the finer leagues in the world. Since 1947, SelectSportAmerica.com. You can learn more about the official soccer ball of the USL Championship. Ray Sarr and company, a little bit of Trevor of Janu Silva. Applying some pressure. We're starting to see that line move up for Tulsa.
This is good by Republic. We've seen too many times this year getting the goal and then taking the foot off the gas a little bit. But they keep going here. You see Gomez connecting with Bijev. It's a good run by Gomez. Just can get that ball back to him. But that's what you want to see. You don't want to get the goal and all of a sudden let up a little bit and let the other team come into it. You want to keep putting that pressure on them. So this is encouraging to see.
Gomez, well done to get out of the corner, keep the play alive for Sacramento. Curling ball in, looking for Bonoma, trying to make something special happen. It'll be Lobo to look to clear. Here's Tainer moving up again, and he tried to spring, but Jeff forward a bit too heavy on the touch out of play. Will bring up a goal kick for Tulsa. Just 4, 6, and 5 on the year. -4 goal differential. Last year, it was a rough go. We talked about the coaching change that happened. Finished in last place in the West. Just 21 points, went 3, 12, and 19. That's just 4 points better than what they're looking right now. That's because of a really nice start this team had out of the gate. Picked up some big wins, beating Orange County 5-3, Tacoma 4-0, and then you flip around to 2 weeks ago, you lose to Phoenix 5-0. They haven't scored in 3 matches. What has happened in Tulsa?
Yeah, speaking to Coach Michael Ncn, and he knows that, yes, they're on a tough run, but a couple victories and they can climb back up. It's still really tight in this Western Conference in the USL Championship. So he'll be reminding that to the players. One win, and get a confidence off that and keep building off of it. No one's running away with anything in this league. So I think that's definitely something the coaches for Tulsa are trying to push onto the players. But at the same time, you know, it can be demoralizing going so many games without getting a goal, so many games without getting a win. So that's when you really need your older guys to step up and say, hey, it's a long season.
Warner making a run, and goalkeeper Steinehar will come out. Steinehar had been one of those top prospects as well. He played the U18, U20 men's national team. He was a homegrown player for Orlando. And now has been sent on loan. Gave some time in Tulsa. Again, just 22 years of age. He's almost an infant for a goalkeeper these days. Here's Cameron Watson, just a lazy little ball through. Maybe an opportunity to try to find Bonomo. Now, Bonomo's a guy who has not been scoring goals like they had hoped, especially for someone who was scoring them nearly every 3 matches. And here he is, you know, with the New York Red Bulls. Comes to Sacramento, hasn't been there, but what he does do, it seems to be, is the physical up play, and it's helped out Cam in a way. And how has his play on the field been beneficial to the rest of the guys behind him?
As a forward, you want to score goals, obviously, and I know that that's what he wants to do. But when they're not coming, you can still have an effect in the game, and he is having that effect. He's holding off the defenders, which then creates space for Iwasa, and the goals will come for him. Preseason, had a fantastic preseason, and then it got to the regular season and the goals weren't coming, but he's working hard. You know, he's getting his minutes now as well, so he's going to keep building on it, and I'm confident. You know, he puts himself in good positions, the goals will come.
He's helped out Cam Iwasa, a couple of his goals attributed. Here's a lazy ball sent in, but Josh Cohen played it well as he had a bit of a chance on the back for AJ Ajayqua as well, crashing, and Josh Cohen makes it look easy, but Cam prefers playing underneath now. Here's a guy who's been up top, but I think he's seen the benefits of some guy like Stefano Bonomo creating space, drawing the defense in. As a foul in the open field, McQuarrie goes down, and Jeff Adai is whistled for the infraction from Alejandro Aguirre.
Yeah, Cam can play. He can play that guy who's stretching them, or he can play underneath, and he's proved to be effective in both positions. So for him, it's, again, he can link up a little bit more, obviously, when he's underneath, but Nomo creates that space for him, which is definitely helpful. And Cam scored some goals here, even from outside the box, which is not usually what he does. So it's good to see that.
Kontsopoulos. Villarreal, he's got room. Can be dangerous here. Villarreal cuts it inside, looking for Bijev. Now it's Villarreal, and it nearly skims the bar. It had an opportunity, and that's the aggressiveness you like to see from Jaime Villarreal.
Yeah, that's it. He gets in a great spot to support, takes a good touch, and that ball took off. You can see he was heading for the top corner, and then just a little bit more on there, just takes it just over the bar.
Gave it to a deflection, but a burner from Jaime Villarreal.
That's what you want to see from the midfielders, more of that. Again, not dependent on the forwards. And that's something when I played with Jaime, I challenged him, can you get more shots on goal? And it's something, if he adds to his game, it makes him so much more dangerous because he's a smart player. If he starts shooting more, people will start stepping out to close him down.
Beautiful play here, turning around the defense. Make it back up to Costa. Good shielding from Mitchell Tainer to keep off Silva. But for Jaime, he's always thinking pass first. So how do you change a player's mindset? His whole life has really been setting up other guys.
Team first guy for sure, but you know, sometimes taking the shot's the best option for the team. It's tough. Probably myself, I probably took too many shots when I played, but I scored a few decent ones.
Well,
so
and
that helped.
There is that adage too, where sometimes you're hurting your team by trying to set up guys versus not going for goal.
Yeah, decision making. You know, that's what you know, top players because their decisions are, you know, done at the right time, the right manner. So that's something he can add. He's young enough, and he's so keen on improving his game and learning day by day. So he's going to keep improving on that. I know he is.
Tainer's been aggressive. You see him playing way up here, not letting either Silva or Altamirano get behind him, and even a Jaco at times. And stuff coming to meet the ball, not getting Tulsa a step, and it's worked out well for Sacramento so far. Nearly 25 minutes gone by. They have the early late thanks to Mitchell Tainer, and a beautiful cross coming in from that corner kick from Bijev. Now it's into space from Bonomo. On cue, the Fresno native works into the 18, trying to find a teammate. Had 3 options and just a bit too early. But Sacramento continued to apply pressure on Tulsa. And this is what we've seen a lot more of. Against New Mexico, here's a team that had been dominant, had not lost at home, had been running away with the West. And Sacramento came with a different approach, attacked them, and plays similar just like this, was able to score 3 goals.
You want to see Bijev there, you know, making the, as you're talking about decision making. He's a guy who gets in those dangerous spots and right there, get your head up. You got to see no one's making that run. So can I cut it back or even take a shot myself there?
Sheldon working in, looking to his left foot. Shannon Gomez with a step. Here comes DaCosta. Altamirano slowly in. A Jacob crashing into Cohen, and he's able to pick up the shot. But Tulsa's had a couple of chances here now, Adam. And for you, where do you see some of the weakness breaking down for Sacramento?
You can see the shot here. You know, he didn't get much on it. But the forwards are staying high up now. You know, they're taking a little bit of a risk here. They're staying up there. So I think you're going to see more of Sacramento on these counter attacks. Can they get it to Bijev, Werner, White early, and take these chances? You know, kind of kill these guys off.
Break for Tulsa. DaCosta. Give it up. Shannon Gomez never quits on the ball. Player that is constantly in motion for Simon Elliott in this Republic side. Pachev in the middle. Republic cutting in his Cameron Owasa. Taken down hard. No whistle coming, as Cameron's going to be worse for that one. Lucky it's not going to keep him down for much longer. He's going to have a bruise probably after that one. Pachev continuing. Moving forward, going to give it a ride into the arms of Steinehart. Follow Sac Republic FC and the rest of USL Championship all season long on ESPN Plus, from the USL, MLS, UFC, and much, much more. Sign up today, ESPNplus.com. The Republic have been a little bit more patient in their attack as of late too.
Yeah, there's been some good build-up again to those guys out wide. Again, it's that final ball, or that final shot.
Warner, Legendre, going to his left, trying to find some space. I mean, maybe too many touches, and it allows Tulsa to recover in time.
This is good here from Sacramento. They're putting that pressure on here. And you just want to see a shot on target at the end of this.
Warner's going to give it a ride. Takes a couple of hops. But Steinehart being challenged here. 16 goals allowed on the season. His 10th appearance for this club. Has been on loan since the start of the year. Jaime Virao looks really good. Owasa's onside. He's just got a beat Studahar, who's able to come out of his net. Can Sacramento keep it going to try to get a good look on it as the goalkeeper is still chasing? Steinehart gambled and it paid off.
Yeah, it's always exciting for the fans when they see that goalie out so far. But BJ just couldn't get that ball out of his feet, maybe get it to someone. But great goalkeeping. Owasa was clean through there. If you get a touch on that ball, you know, you're looking at 2-0 Sacramento, but well done.
Be a throw for Shannon Gomez. Villarreal curling ball in. Bonomo. Now whistle against Bonomo.
They're going back to that chance. The connection we were speaking about earlier with Sarri and Villarreal. Wonderful play. Ray Sarri plays the ball over. Owasa just doesn't get enough on that. And well done, the goalkeeper makes himself big, applies some pressure on Bijev.
It's been quite a lopsided advantage to Sacramento. Now this is the 8th meeting between the two sides, with the Republic 6 wins, no losses, and a draw. And the only draw coming last year on April 28th. Other than that, it's been all Sacramento. Ball sent in. Here's a chance for Tulsa. Dangerous play. And it will be a corner kick. It was last touched by Mitchell Tainer. But overall, Republic have outscored Roughnecks 20-7 since the first match in August 29th of 2015.
That's a considerable difference, you know, and I think that's what Coach Michael Ensign is trying to change that. You know, the view that people have of the Roughnecks. You know, it hasn't been a great one with the product on the field. And he had a great start to this year. So they've shown they're capable of it. It's just getting that consistency, getting them back to that way of, you know, that mentality of, you know, can we start winning games, getting results. A little mix up in the box here.
It's been physical in the set pieces.
Yeah, they get some big bodies. Tulsa, they're gonna be dangerous all night with these. So you obviously want to limit the amount of opportunities you give them, but make sure you're switched on right here. If you're marking any of these bigger guys.
Lobo and Tainter, a bit physical as they're still dancing around. They'll be DaCosta with a left-footed strike. Deep post, holding on both sides, but a foul whistled against Tulsa.
I think that was a body slam there by Mitch Tainter.
Was a bit surprised.
Yeah.
Just the one road victory for Tulsa, a 5-3 win over Orange County, and that came in mid-March. And then another stretch of being on the road for quite a bit, so it's not going to get any easier for Tulsa. They're going to break into that top 10 in the Western Conference, currently sitting in 14th place. Silva. Battling is Legendre. Legendre's been limited just 400 minutes so far in this season, his 8th on the year appearance-wise. Getting to start that left back position, which had a lot of turnover for Tulsa due to injuries. And just trying to find something that would work along that left side. Other than that, Hedrick, Roberts, and Lobo have held that back line pretty steady, but it's been a tough go to really get goals as of late. And Michael Messian's trying to rework the lineup in any way that he can. It just hasn't produced the results that he had hoped, especially the results that they saw earlier in the year. Akil Barrett going down. That was a big loss for them as the attack took it long. And what a big challenge coming from Mitchell Tainer. They'll play advantage. Moving forward, is Tulsa going to give it a crack? I think Sacramento will take that all day. But heavy challenge and a yellow card handed to Mitchell Tainer after that play out in the open field.
Yeah, Tainer fully committed himself there. And anytime you go to the ground like that and you don't get the ball, you're asking for a card.
Yellow card has been issued.
Just have to be wary.
Minutes, number 4, Mitchell Tainter.
Wary going forward now.
FC.
It was Jakwa who, to me, has been the most dynamic player for Tulsa so far. Heavy challenge to Jakwa, athletic enough to get out of the way. Game's first yellow card coming against the man who scored the game's first goal.
You can tell Tainer's up for the game. Like we spoke about, the squad's really healthy, so there's spots up for grabs. Every player on the field right now has an opportunity, and all those guys on the bench are, they're dying for theirs. So you've got a point to prove. It's a team sport, but at the end of the day, you want to be playing. He's come out strong tonight. I think you see that aggression there now. It's just something he has to control a little bit with those challenges, but he's looked lively.
Prairie back post looking for Bonomo. May have been Owasa there. His initial target. Confidence seems to be different. I mean, I think there's a chance where you saw his team falter a little bit. They weren't responding well. You're right. After scoring their own goals or even giving up a goal or two, responding better. They're not allowing hectic times to get a hold of. I mean, we saw it in New Mexico where subs came on at the half. A couple of their key guys come back in. The energy change for New Mexico. They had 14,000 fans there to get behind them, and Sacramento took that and used it to their advantage, which is not something we saw earlier in the year.
No, that was a massive win, that game in New Mexico, and you want the consistency, which is tough. And we spoke about how tight this Western Conference is in the USL. Starting to get this little run here, 2 wins. Can they make it 3 tonight? Start creating a little separation between the other teams, and the confidence, you just keep building from that. Obviously, it was disappointing midweek, or the game against the Earthquakes, but league play is different. There's points at stake right there, so another great opportunity tonight.
Sacramento 6-5-2 on the year, 20 points. Played well at home, just 1 defeat, 3-1-2. That was the game against Reno where Reno's had their number in regular season play. Comes the U.S. Open Cup, different story for Sacramento. So we head into this match, and we talked about it with Cameron Owasa earlier on. This is almost one of those trap games where it's easy to get up for New Mexico when you have 14,000 fans, top of the table, and then you have this match where you're expected to win. And as Tulsa goes up over the top of McCrary, it'll be a whistle and a set piece for Sacramento. How do you stay up? I mean, you've been a veteran guy in his locker room. What are you saying? It's easy to just talk, but there's got to be a feeling, energy that's got to be created, I would assume.
Yeah, you can say all the right things, but actually doing it, it's having the same energy that you would in front of 15,000 fans, or a game you're expected to win. It's tough, you know, and as you get older, you find different ways of motivating yourself.
Is it music you listen to? Is that part of it? Or not at all?
Some bagpipes, that's why I listen to.
You bring it in?
Yeah, I bring it in. I get all the guys up for that.
You have your kilt and everything too?
The whole shebang.
The whole shebang. You were a locker room favorite last year, and I could see why.
Yeah, I was the old man in there.
The old and the entertainer, right?
Yeah, that was it. But yeah, you find ways. You find ways of motivating yourself. Even going on the road sometimes in this league here, playing in a game and there's maybe not too many fans there. So where are you going to get your motivation? You're sitting in a hotel room all day.
Good overlapping from McCrary is holding his left knee. Is Warner, he is down and still rolling. Hopefully he's okay as McCrary looks to take a turn. And the referee, Alejandro Aguirre Jr. will come over and take a look as Warner may have taken a shot to that lower left leg there.
Yeah, it's tough to see.
Stanford got caught underneath. I don't think
Yeah,
there was
I
any
think
intention
he got
there.
stood on. No intention, but he'll definitely feel that one in the morning.
Be a corner kick brought to you by Smile Generation here for Sacramento. Last time in the corner, it ended up with a goal for the Republic. Civilian Vajev found a streaking Mitchell Tainer for the game's first in the 8th minute.
Yeah, delivery coming in from the other side here. You know, it's in swinger with the left foot, so he's looking to put this right on top of the goalkeeper. You have a couple of guys around him there. Ray Sari's in there, trying to mix it up, make it as hard as he can. The other guys are looking to get free.
It's going to be Sam Warner this time. Warner, 3 goals, 2 assists on the year. Had an excellent campaign in the U.S. Open Cup as well. 2 goals and an assist. And did score the first against San Jose in the U.S. Open Cup. Did not get the team over the round of the 16th. This ball served in. Here's a chance for Cameron Iwasa. And whistle blows. Would have been called off, but different ways, different plays we've seen from Iwasa. He's able to score penalty kicks this year. He's taken some out of the box. He's now crashing like this. It's going to be tough to stop number 31.
He's tough to stop. He's so strong, you know, and he gets called for pushing off there, but he's like a magnet. When the ball's in that box, you know, he's constantly at the end of it.
Tune into ESPN News on June 26th. That's Wednesday, 5 o'clock. USL battle of the Lone Star State. And El Paso Locomotives take on San Antonio FC in the Alamo City. That's all the action. June 26th, ESPN News. Republic with a couple of buys early on in this season, and after last year, a string of games. You were part of that club where it seemed there was 2 games a week for about 2 months, including the U.S. Open Cup run and the schedule that allowed. This year a little bit different. Schedule a little bit there. Here's some pressure from a Jaquim. And now Republic with 13 plays. This is number 14 on the year. And now this stretch is going to start picking up for them and getting healthy at the right time. A good time for Sacramento to have these guys back. But how difficult is that U.S. Open Cup run, especially when you're playing Wednesday matches and championship play as well? Ray Sari, a little quick touch from Bajev. Thought he was making a run back. Bajev went the other way, and Sari was going the other.
Yeah, concerning the schedule, you know, it was a tough run. Obviously, I played in it last year when we had this long stretch of just game. It was just game, travel game. Here we go somewhere, a chance here.
Warner looking to attack. He's going to take it himself.
Just not enough on there from Werner, but positive. I think it's the first time we've really seen him drive at speed, go at them.
And it took a
shot with his
part
left.
the mistake as McCrary was able to take it and get it to Warner.
Yeah, that's an easy one for the goalkeeper, but again, shots on target. But going back to the schedule.
It was an advantage. I mean, do you think taking these earlier buys, is that a better call if you can get them? Obviously, you ask for them sometimes.
Yeah, I think it is. I mean, the players, speaking to the players, they had a few days off last weekend, and you just feel so refreshed coming back in. And obviously, with a healthy squad coming back in, you're not only physically is it good, it's just mentally. It's okay, here we go. It's coming up to halfway point of the season. You start seeing everyone's getting going. Like we say, there's spots at stake. You know, you want to be playing. So it's good to just kind of re-energize a little bit and get going.
With a full healthy squad, when you do have a Wednesday, Saturday match, it gives a forward Simon Elliott some flexibility to put guys in different positions. Here's Bajet moving forward, tries to get it to Bonomo. Good cover by Luca Lobo.
Yeah, there's benefits to that, obviously, when you have all those games, but I think at the same time, I think Simon would like, you know, consistency. We've seen a lot of changing because when you play that many games, you have to constantly change the rotation, but
again, there's Jaime Villarreal in the attack. The midfielder who typically would sit back in that attack has moved into that final third, giving Republic a chance. McCrary moving into the 18. Trying to find some space. Ball deflected. Here's Owasa. It puts in the back of the net. Sacramento scored its second goal in the 43rd.
he does it again. I told you, he's like a magnet in that box. The ball even takes a deflection, but he's there. He's always in the right spot, and that's why he has had so much success here for this team.
Brilliant effort from Cameron Owasa, and the Republic have a 2-goal advantage. But how about McCrary, Adam, keeping it there and just trying to make something happen?
Great job. You know, we've seen a lot of the crosses haven't been great. That one even took a deflection, but he put enough on it. It's a danger position. That's a tough finish. You see that ball there bouncing, coming across. But that's something he practices at training. You know, the ball's coming from all different angles. You never get to choose how that comes to you. So you've got to be prepared, and that's a sign of a true striker right there.
Goal number 8 on the season for Cameron Owasa. Puts him at 37 all time with the Republic. Good play here from Tulsa. In Republic for this attack here. About a minute or so left in this first half of play where the Republic have been dominant. They have taken advantage of Tulsa's mistakes. A great set piece service coming from Viljan Bajev. And then Jordan McCrary keeping the attack going. Found a little bit of room. Strong cross, and Cameron Owasa waits and puts it in the back of the net for 2 goals in the first half of play for Sacramento.
Yeah, Tulsa, that's going to be a tough one for them. I'm thinking, okay, getting into the half, only 1 down. I think they would have been encouraged by that. But that second goal going in, it's going to be it's going to be tough for them at halftime. You know, they're going to have to try and get reorganized and make a push in this second half.
Good ball from Mitchell Taylor to find Bonomo. Well, join the Republic at the headquarters tomorrow. Or excuse me, that's tomorrow. That's June 24th. That's Monday, 9 a.m. for the U.S. women's national team to take on Spain in the round of 16 of the FIFA World Cup. To do is go to the website for more information, but they've been hosting watch parties and other events right there on 20th Street. It's been quite a fun couple of weeks, the Republic headquarters, to cheer on the U.S. women who have been dominant so far in the World Cup. Bonomo waiting for Bajev. Will find Villarreal. Looking to spring. Here's Altamirano. It's been a bit quiet here this evening. Plays it forward to Costa. Costa, here's a build-up from Tulsa. Their best so far in the last 10 minutes or so. Cutting it crossed, and a good piece of defending from Jaime Villarreal, who's been all over the pitch tonight and then picks up the foul.
Great work. He has such a great engine on him. You see him making the runs forward, and I think, you know, he gave that ball away there, so he's making up for it.
And there the whistle blows, and we had 1 minute of stoppage time, which was brought to you by Rayleighs.com. But Republic owning the first half of play at Papa Murphy's Park. A goal from Mitchell Tainter on a corner kick from Viljan Bajev, and then in the 43rd, it was that man, Cameron Owasa, picks up goal number 8, and the Republic have a 2-goal advantage as we head into the locker room. Sun setting here at Papa Murphy's Park as the Republic have a 2-goal advantage here at the halftime. Well, it is the honor of Pride Week and Pride Month here at Sacramento. Of course, we're participating in that at the park tonight. Well, playing for Pride is also what you might notice in some of these players who are wearing a couple of special cleats. It's an initiative to raise money for advocating their LGBTQ rights and equality throughout soccer. Here's a bit more on the players who are taking part.
Playing for Pride is basically during the month of June, a group of athletes volunteer to donate money for performances in game. Athlete Ally is the main one.
It's a cool organization that supports gay rights within sports, and sports are a special thing with that, where you can get a lot of players in one place that all become good friends, and so there's no reason you should exclude anyone based on race, gender, sexual orientation, any of that.
I'm proud to be part of it. It's something that even if I will help even to just one kid, it will be great. So it's not just me, it's a few of us and some big squad from the country, and I think it's a great idea, and I'm very proud to be part of it.
So I've pledged $20 for a goal or an assist and $10 for every win. If you see on Twitter, I'm asking any Sac Republic fans to match my donations. Hopefully as the month goes on, we'll get a good chunk of change up for them.
So it's $10 for a game, $15 for clean sheet, $30 for assist, and $50 for a goal. Just make sure you don't count on my offensive skills.
Army will try again, and another. Crossing in, it's a goal! Army will try for goal again and find the back of the net. The cross keeps the winner! Another brace! Gallegos cuts it back! Gallegos! How about that finish?
And involve them in the process.
What does it mean to go full Mingo?
Going full Mingo means...
What does it mean to go full Mingo?
You know what's funny is I actually hated that when I first heard it.
We say you never go half Mingo, you always go full Mingo. And that means just whatever the maximum extreme is, you go for it.
You're showing up there, you're passionate, you're wearing your gear, and you're being loud and proud in the brightest, boldest colors possible.
You're willing to be weird, you're willing to be, out there, stand proud.
Means to put all of your energy, your passion, and your love and support into Forward Madison. We're mere caretakers for this team. The team really belongs to Madison and the people of Madison.
I mean, I think everybody, to a certain degree, is interested in what their crest represents of the club they support. But it also means a lot more when the people that are actually in the stands every week are the ones that actually help make that happen.
The players on the field represent them.
From the get-go with our supporters, you can tell there's going to be a special connection. It motivates me every day to show up to training. It's why I play. And to be able to help foster a sense of community that fans and supporters connect with week in and week out, that's special to me. It's something that I cherish.
We've got a great facility to be proud of. We've got a team to be proud of. What this club is trying to do is offer a real sense of community to people from all different backgrounds, all different jobs, all different ages and everything. It's to each and every demographic as well.
The best thing we did was empower them, deputize them, and not get in their way. Just support them.
Continue on a halftime here at Papa Murphy's Park. Filling in for Kevin Goldthwait is Adam Moffat. I'm Rob McAllister. Thank you for joining us. If you're just tuning in, you missed an exciting first 45 for Sacramento. Able to put up 2
Tonight, in honor of our annual
behind a big performance on the offensive end for this team. They've held the back as well. Let's take a look around the league, though, before we get to the Republic and the Tulsa match. USL news and notes. New Mexico, big loss against Sacramento, but they've kept it charging along in the U.S. Open Cup. St. Louis going as well. as they're both advancing to the quarterfinals. So we'll see which USL championship can continue on that run. And then the big news coming in the southern part of the state, Warren Smith, co-founder of Sacramento Republic, teaming up with Landon Donovan, and San Diego will be getting a team as early as next year, potentially even 2021. What do you think about that? San Diego, great city as we know, but it's been a popular soccer city, just haven't been able to figure out the MLS side, but here's an opportunity.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting place to go and play. They have a good support there, so that's great for them, for Warren and Landon. They're going to do great there.
Should be fun. And so Wednesday night, we have a good one coming up in Texas, San Antonio, El Paso Locomotive. That's at 5:30 here Pacific, and that will be on ESPN News if you'd like to tune in to a USL championship match around the week. Let's take a look. Scores around the league and a couple of ones that we ought to keep an eye on. And Fresno, that goes final. That was yesterday. But I'll tell you what, surprising to me, Portland has been one of the surprising teams, but the way that Phoenix has had some roster changes and they're continuing to put up 3, 4, and 5 goals nearly on a weekly basis.
Yeah, a slow start to the season for them, but they seem to be firing on all cylinders, and they'll give up a few goals, but you know what? They know how to put the ball in the back of the net.
And former Republic standout Adam John is on that squad as well. Let's take a look at our standings, and this is how it looks right now should all the results stay the way that they are. Phoenix up top, Portland, El Paso, New Mexico. Look who's creeping up the standings there, Sacramento Republic, and again, a couple of games in hand at them.
Yeah, you can see some of the teams have played 17 games there, so that's an opportunity to add 3 points at a time, and with this form, this team's capable of doing it.
It's Pride Night here at Papa Murphy's Park, and the Republic getting it done on the pitch as well. As your highlights and your stats coming up right after the break.
And works to build a culturally rich LGBTQ+ community. Raven is attending Sacramento State this fall as a member of Black Student Union and Gay Straight Alliance. Raven is an incredible champion, asset, and advocate to the LGBTQ+ community. And now please welcome President Ben Gumpert, Sacramento Republic FC General Manager Todd Donovan, and West Sacramento Mayor Chris Cabaldon. As they present the $1,000 scholarship award to LGBTQ+ youth. Congratulations, Raven Amor. And now, please check out tonight's groups in attendance.
Republic FC would like to welcome everyone spelling a special birthday or anniversary or occasion with us tonight. Happy 26th birthday to Julian. Love Alyssa. Happy birthday, Julian.
Welcome back here. Beautiful evening in Sacramento. Now let's take a look at our first half highlights, brought to you by NorCal Honda. And early on, Sacramento putting the pressure on, and they were finding ways to make things happen and get creative, and to set up this first goal, sent in. Mitchell Tainter came crashing in hard, and officially there's some discrepancy here. Was it off Ray Sari? And Sari may end up getting the goal here. So
yeah, it looks to me like it came off Matt Sheldon's left knee, but
either way,
I'm sure
Tainter would
someone will take a
celebrate.
closer look. Yeah, yeah.
So either way, 8th minute, Sacramento has the 1-0 lead. And the attack was coming, and here's what we saw from Special tonight was Jaime Villarreal. Several times he was threatening.
Yeah, willing to pull the trigger, and you see that shot just rises a little bit then there, but that's really encouraging to see. Again here, ball by Ray Sari over the top. Awasa just can't get a touch on there. And good goalkeeping.
Happy birthday to Kayla, our very own, also from our
And a good defending still that Tulsa's had to try to bail each other out. It's been a tough go for that back line for Roberts, Hedrick, Legendre, and Lobo. And again, Sacramento McCrary, he hasn't been in the attack very often. Solid cross from an MLS veteran. And Cameron Awasa in the right place where he's been multiple times this year. And in fact, 8 times, his 8th on the season, 2-0. So we did get a confirmation. It's going back to Mitchell Tainter, as now the officials here have given Tainter the goal. So, sorry, Ray, sorry. Sorry. However, it's going to be Mitchell Tainter. But look at this discrepancy, 11-4. Not all quality. However, you can tell that the press is on for Sacramento. And right now, as we look at the last year halftime stats here, brought to you by Latches Elk Grove Subaru, really Tulsa has no answer.
They don't. I mean, you can see the possession there. Yes, they have the ball, but it's where they have the ball and, you know, where they're losing the ball, where the pressure's coming from Sacramento. So you can give up the possession, but when you're getting the shots on goal and you're getting the goals, that's the one that matters.
Only yellow card tonight going to Mitchell Tainter. That was in the 34th minute. Officially 8th minute was Mitchell Tainter, and 43rd was the goal by Awasa. Coming up, here is what we have on deck. At Reno next weekend, a big one in the Silver State, and then hosting here on the Wednesday right before 4th of July against Fresno, and then 10 days off before you host Portland, and then down in Texas, and then here at home against New Mexico. So you have some teams right in the mix, but you look at Reno, Portland, and New Mexico. That's a tough stretch you're at coming up.
It is. You can throw Fresno in there, getting a good win last night. That's you want to keep this momentum going. These games coming up here are really going to challenge you.
And to the flip side, Tulsa will kick things off here for the second half of action. Adam Moffat in for Kevin Goldthwait tonight. Rob McAllister is with you as well. 2-goal lead for the Republic as Anthony Legendre and the rest of Tulsa look to find an answer here in the second half. For Sacramento, they've been playing well. They've been good in the midfield defensively. They haven't been tested too often. It's hard to think the last time Josh Cohen touched it, but give a lot of credit to Bajev, Awasa, Bonomo, and Warner for applying that pressure, really not allowing Tulsa to get anything going.
Yeah, they've done a great job. You know, they're making it hard for the defenders to play out the back, and they're letting them have the ball back there because they know with the right pressure, the right body shape, they can win the ball back.
Whistle blow, second half gets going here from Papa Murphy Park. And Hans Pulos able to get to it. So one of your keys was to start that first 15 pretty early. Well, they did well. Here's a good run from Cameron Awasa. Good defending to recover coming from Milan Roberts.
Yeah, if I'm Tulsa, 30 seconds in the second half, you've already given up a corner kick. You know, it's not what you want to be happening. So that's real good from Bajev there. Dangerous cross right again between the goalie and the defenders. Make it tricky. Make it tricky for him. Here's another opportunity from this set piece.
Smile Generation corner kick coming here in the first minute of action in the second half of play for Sacramento. Mitchell Tainter still dancing. He's going to look for another one. Crashing hard again. They've been working on this all week. There's Bonomo on the backside. He's tripped up and may have pushed a little bit early. And Patsapulos and the rest of the Republic cannot believe it.
We're looking at a handball here.
It wasn't exactly. I think this side official, not quite sure.
I think the players are appealing for a handball there, so it's difficult from our view. But we definitely saw some boys running, appealing to the referee there.
So if you're Sacramento, how do you ensure that the gas pedal stays down and you continue this attack? Because it's quite easy to start almost doing too much versus then sitting back, and you have a 2-goal advantage here. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I think continuing how they left off in the end of the first half. You know, keep going, keep attacking. Another goal, you know, will hopefully take any life out of Tulsa. But at the same time, at 2-0, Tulsa knows get one more goal and they're right back in it. So you don't want to get lax and just start playing around with the ball. You want to keep it going.
In fact, what they did in New Mexico, and Cameron Owassa picked up the game's first goal after Justin Schmidt, former Republic center back, was hit with a penalty, and it was a penalty kick for Cameron Owassa. Now he plays it up for Bonomo. Bonomo with a 1-foot chance, and it's the first goal for Stefano Bonomo on the 2019 season.
Well done, Bonomo. That is calm. That's what he's capable of doing. And you know, he's been getting some opportunities. It hasn't been going in the back of the net, but that's just going to do wonders for his confidence. But we spoke about Republic letting them have the ball in the back, winning the ball off them, and you saw Owassa. What a ball that is. That's perfectly weighted.
And Bonomo going to the sideline and cheering with his teammates there. Great turnover, or a bad turnover, led to a great pass from Owassa. And that's exactly what you want to see from Bonomo, because you just feel like that monkey's off his back now, and maybe the floodgates will open for number 29. And another tough evening for Tulsa, as they have yet to score in 3 matches and have given up 3 goals in their last, at least 3 goals in their last 3. Warner from Bonomo, finding a hard shoulder coming from Roberts, and we may be seeing more than just a whistle here, as Marlon Roberts taking his frustration out on Sam Warner.
Yeah, you want to be careful here if you're Sacramento. You know, you don't want to get anyone hurt. You know, obviously defenders here, you see that's intent with the elbow there. There's
a yellow card.
That's at least a yellow card right there.
And Roberts has played every minute of this season for Michael Nassian's side, and was with the Richmond Kickers the last couple of years. That's a very interesting story, talking about a guy who's made quite a journey. He left Sierra Leone as a child with his father, escaping with what a Civil War, horrific conditions in his home country. They ended up migrating to Canada and has worked his way at FC Edmonton, and now find himself USL Championship. Here's the ball sent in. Nice sleeping stop there from Steinhardt. Tulsa looking to break. Clean finish from Stefano Bonomo, his first goal of the season. An assist from Cameron Owassa, and it's now 3-0 Sacramento. About 40 minutes left in this one.
Yeah, there's more goals in this game if Sacramento wants it. And again, just because it's 3 goals now doesn't mean you don't keep pressing. You don't keep pushing. You force them to make mistakes at the back. Keep getting crosses in.
We had a conversation with Todd Donovan earlier, and we said, how many times has Sacramento had these opportunities, even in the last 6 years, to just put a real hurt on a team that's below them in the standings, pile up the goals. I think we got our wish here tonight so far, 3-0.
So far, 3-0, yeah. You'll take that, that's the final result, but with 40 minutes to go, it's why not? Why not continue building that confidence, build on that last victory in New Mexico, but doing it here in front of your own fans.
Well, I can't say the last time Republic scored 2 consecutive matches, 3 goals at least, and then shutting out the opponent on top of that. I don't know if it has happened.
Great run on Prairie here.
Prairie overlapping run, waiting for Warner. Here's Bachev, just hung up a bit too high. Sacramento, this high press has been trouble for Tulsa all evening. DaCosta looking to come down with it. Ooh, a tough challenge from Jaime Villarreal going hard into Legendre. And Legendre will pop back up.
Well done, Legendre there, not making a big deal of it. You know, Villarreal may have actually got a little bit of the ball, but yeah, he went in maybe 2 feet up, but couple of rolls from Legendre, and he was back up, shaking his hand. So well done there.
Don't miss a minute. Republic FC action this season. Single game tickets for the next 7 matches are now on sale. Make sure to check out upcoming promotions, including Pride Night, which is tonight. The State Fair games are coming soon. Paint the Park, and there's many more coming. SacRepublicFC.com. Quick step from Tulsa, looking to get into that corner. Gomez will send it into the stands.
Just what you want to see for Tulsa, though. You want to see guys still going forward. There's plenty of time left. You never know what's going to happen in the game. So just having someone attack, you know, and maybe try and keep the ball in Sacramento's half for a little bit.
So, you know, talking to Michael Messina, we had a conversation with him earlier this week. He said, you know, preseason, the culture change was dramatic. The guys were getting along. They were laughing together. There was a buzz around camp that there had not been really in 3 years. And then now things are starting to change. How do you hold on to that? I mean, this is a team that is really struggling. How do you keep it together? I don't know of many teams who have gone on a streak losing this way and then stayed really tight and everyone's having a good time.
Yeah, obviously that wears on the locker room, and you know, you play this game, you know, you want to win, especially as a professional. You know, you pride yourself in you know, winning. So to constantly be in a position where you're losing, a good result, maybe getting a tie, you know, that's not what you want. So the best thing they can do as a team is, you know, is band together. Like I say, that veteran leadership has to step up and say, hey, this is just part of playing this game. You're going to go on these spells, but very hard to turn around when it's that dramatic of a run.
Good throwing from McCrary. Bonomo has started this. Now it's Bajev just on the corner, going to take a strike, a couple of hops, and defended at the last moment by Tulsa. Good strike from Bajev. He loves that angle. The McCrary-Owasa connection has definitely improved over the last couple of weeks as well as McCrary started to settle into this club. Warner pushing forward. McCrary was on that right side. Bonomo was up top. Here's Sari keeping it in play. The attack continues for Sacramento, and a misplay from Bajev, but able to track it back. If you move inside, deflection. Here's Owasa, big swing. Good pass. Still not done. Sacramento continues the assault. Here's Sam Warner, and it just missed. Heartbreaking for Sam Warner, who was looking for goal number 4 in the year.
That was a close one from Werner.
But the steady wave of attack from Sacramento, we couldn't even get the whole highlight in here if we tried at him.
Yeah, you see then, I think he felt the presence of the goalkeeper and maybe didn't get a full head on there, but credit right there to Bonomo. The ball was getting crossed in the box, and he just put a little bit of pressure on the defender. Poor clearance. Ball comes out to Kamawasa. He, don't know if he meant to pass it to Bijev on that one, I don't know, but that's what you want to see. He's obviously trying to shoot, didn't come off. Bijev's there cleaning it up, and almost another goal.
So Max Shelton, who had been dealing with a hernia injury, taking a look at, doesn't appear too serious. He banged up. Also, for a guy like Matt Shelton, just to be able to be match fit at this point in time and coming off an injury, it's never going to be an easy thing.
Yeah, a lot of the time coming back from something like that, you know, it's not necessarily the injury that you're healing from that you're worried about. It's other things. Your body's not used to pushing itself to the max in these kind of situations against other opponents. So yeah, hopefully he's okay. He seems to be back up, walking around.
Simon Elliott getting a chance to speak with his guys, and he's got to feel pretty good about the effort he's seen from this club. And, you know, there's been talk around the locker room like, well, the last game was a loss. Try to keep the guys sharp, but you know, they have the MLS side. Let's put it in perspective just a tad. But truthfully, this team really, since the end of May, has been really the club I think a lot of people thought they would be on the pitch here at the start of the year.
Yeah, I think there was a lot of expectation coming into the year. And obviously it was a rough start. You know, it was win a game, lose a game. There wasn't really that consistency. So things are starting to click right now, but I know Simon well enough. You know, he won't be taking anything for granted.
So Fred Montpremier will come in for Matt Shelton, the game's first substitution.
Tulsa Roughnecks substitution.
Montpremier, the 22-year-old Haitian, did go to college in New Jersey. He's on for the first time, and Matt Shelton is eating it over, the former UC Davis standout. Back playing near his university, just about 20 minutes west of here. UC Davis, one of the premier colleges in the entire area. Big swing from Mitchell Tainter. Ray Sari comes in a collision in the midfield. Both players are down, and play will continue on, at least for the moment. I think they'll blow the whistles and get a look at both of these players.
A little reckless there, I think it was from Majakwa.
And now both sides coming together. McCrary not taking too kindly to it. Yeah, I don't think Jacob came in hard, but I think he was being aggressive. Appears that both players will be okay.
Yeah, I don't think there was too much ill intent there, but anytime you get rocked in the ribs like that, it obviously hurts, and like I say, a little more reckless than anything.
As a player, collisions happen a lot. There's a lot of times where it's almost, it can be detrimental, especially in a knee situation when you stop, you know, so it's hard. I mean, how do you make that split-second decision to know whether to keep going or heel off or try to, you know, it's.
I don't know. I'd probably be still playing if I if I made those decisions. It's tough, you know. Ray Sari's a guy who plays in the midfield, you know, and his job is to win that ball. So you won't see him backing up from much. But you know, as a guy who's retired now, I watch and I cringe a little bit anytime I see a ball, 50-50 ball. I'm like, oh, hope no one gets hurt here.
Hour gone by here at Papa Murphy's Park. Adam Moffat, Rob McAllister with you. Thank you for tuning in for this Saturday evening contest against Sacramento and Tulsa. The 8th meeting between the two sides. Republic winning all but one, and that was a draw last year. And I got to say, Adam, that was the match that you played in. So I'm going to ask you what happened.
They were good at that point for that week. Yeah,
but what an incredible run. I mean, you think about how many times these teams face each other that have this dominance. As Warner's keeping it, looking for Bonomo. Dangerous run, did not connect. But to have the success Sacramento has had is really quite astounding.
It is, and obviously personnel changes, but you know, you hear these stats before every game, and that plays a little factor into it.
Challenge, Iwasa colliding with DaCosta. And whistle coming a bit late. Registration now open for Republic FC Summer Camps. Experience a fun and professional environment of top-notch soccer while learning individual skills and techniques. What you do is go to the website and check out the clinic section, and we'll get you all signed up. The Jet along that touchline. Been effective tonight. Right on cue, able to turn it over.
Yeah, but you see his attitude. As soon as that ball turns over, he applies some pressure. And he forces them into a difficult ball.
And Montpellier comes in hard behind McCrary, and McCrary is still down. As now Tulsa's looking to get a crack at a curling ball and nearly skips underneath the bars. Josh Cohen is challenged for the very first time, really, this entire match. And Jordan McCrary is holding his right wrist. And after just a bit of a reckless play from Montpelier. I think if you're Simon Elliott, you're probably getting Jordan McCrary out.
Yeah,
I don't see a reason to keep him going. He's holding his right wrist. Took a boot underneath from Montpelier and then went down and fell a bit awkwardly in that corner. And hopefully it'll just be a bruise and nothing more. Look at Bajev, great step, a little too heavy on the touch. McCrary getting a little action back at number 17, Montpelier.
Yeah, he was allowing that pass to happen right there. You know, I know Jordan, that's what he was looking for. He's like, hey, pass it to him here. And well done, clean but firm.
Finding Warner. Public's attack has been relentless all evening. Great chance for McCrary. And a better cutoff from Vaughn Roberts. Very sorry, Villarreal. Send it back.
Getting to that point now where, you know, maybe start thinking about some substitutes, and I know all those guys in the bench will be dying to get involved in this game.
Well, that's part of the time we talked about it, you know, earlier in the game, is that now that you have a squad fully healthy and you're leaving guys off tonight, Elliott Horde and Hayden Partain, is Montpelier moving forward, trying to work his way to get Tulsa back into this one. Lays it forward. Here's a chance, a good step coming from Shannon Gomez one more time. And now you have some opportunities to get some guys in some games. Probably keep that chemistry good, get the vibes from players who have been working and want to see themselves in the 11 and maybe prove why there should be continue to be competition throughout the year.
Yeah, that's how the team builds upon it. You know, that's how you raise each other's game. You know, it's by each guy stepping up, and then the next guy coming in off the bench and saying, okay, I'm worth these minutes.
And Hansapoulos a bit upset on the foul call. And the familiar face returning to Sacramento, Nemanja Vukovic, the 2014 Defender of the Year, and obviously helped lead the Republic to that lone championship. And he was just saying to his club that this is really the best time of his career was the time that he spent in Sacramento. And according to Michael Massini, he said he just has such a great relationship with players, and I'm sure you've had that too, where you're so close to some of the guys because you just played, and you have the chance to connect with them in a way that a lot of coaches down the line don't really have to after you give the game 10 to 15 years.
Yeah, he's still freshly involved in the game, so you can relate a little bit more. We'd always joke as players, a guy who'd maybe retired 5-10 years, how quickly they forget how, like how many days you get off, all that stuff. But Nemanja's a guy who had a good career, and I'm sure he was doing great things there at Tulsa.
He was excited to come back here, and he had not been able to return since. He was part of a package with Justin Braun that was sent to Indy at NASL play, and then of course try to keep it going, and age caught up with him. NASL collapsing, unfortunately, and wanted to stay in soccer, wanted to stay in the United States, and found a home in Tulsa with an opportunity, and has taken advantage of it. But he was a solid defender along with Mickey Daly, the two center back pairing, and no doubt potentially maybe the best duo in USL play in 2014. You're Tulsa right now. You're down 3-0. I mean, this is now third straight game where you find yourself down a bit as Cameron Iwasa moving forward. Hedrick trying to turn the corner into the end line. And out of play it goes, and there will be a corner kick for Sacramento. And you lose 5-0 Phoenix, and you lose 2-0 to El Paso. That's a rough go. Now you're down 3-0 in this match. How do you find small victories here in the next 20 minutes or so?
It's tough to do that, you know, looking at there's no huddle. You know, you can't get guys together and say, hey, next 20 minutes, let's get something from this. You know, just look at the whole night and being down 3-0. It's tough. It definitely takes a bit out of you.
Bajev, curling ball, slapped away. I stood hard.
Yeah, but there's pride at stake. You know, you want it to stay at 3 right now. Can they get something back? And at this point, it's just minor victories. Not conceding any more. Maybe get a goal. Something you can just build off going into the next match.
Play specifically out of the back for Tulsa has not been good either. Too many turnovers, which allowed Republic to maintain possession, retake possession.
Yeah, that's something you know. I know the coaching staff at Republic focuses on. You know, you think about
a tough challenge in that corner, and Bajev goes down, and too many Republic players. And I think Simon is going to go to his bench here soon. Bajev is slow to get up. Here's a tough challenge coming from Hedrick.
I'm very surprised there's no card on that one. That is really dangerous. A little bit more force there, and it could have been a serious injury for Bajev.
I think Bajev's a bit surprised as well. No better way to answer back than with a goal. Bajev, direct balls, tackles an angle in, and it's number 4 on the evening. What a strike from Villian Bajev. He has been simply brilliant here on these set pieces. And guess what? Another brace, back-to-back braces for Cameron Iwasa. But to me, the credit there goes to Villian Bajev for another brilliant strike.
Great delivery. Again, and Iwasa, that magnet bang. And maybe gets that with the back of his head, but that's it. When you're a finisher like that, any part, as long as it goes in the back of the net, and great for him.
Well, change is coming after Cameron Iwasa scores in the 70th minute. Bajev with his second assist on the evening. And Iwasa with goal number 9 on this 2019 campaign. And because of that, you're seeing Michael Nassian go all offense, and he brings in a midfielder, Manny Gonzalez, and is going to go 3 in the back. And Mylan Roberts will come out of this match, the second substitution for Tulsa.
But just going back to the previous point, you know, the tactics for Sacramento. You saw the possession at halftime. You know, Tulsa had most of the ball, but again, that's part of the game plan. You know, is letting them have that ball at the back, making sure the press is right, and winning it in those dangerous spots. And you see chances are created from that. You know, the midfielders are putting themselves in good positions. The forwards are applying just enough pressure to force a bad pass. And once you win that ball in that attacking third, it makes it a lot easier than you know, trying to build up from all the way back at the goalkeeper.
Spectacular play from Cameron Iwasa tonight again. I mean, it's something that we talked quite a bit about, being in the right place. Not only getting 2 goals, but he set up Stefano Bonomo on the turnover in the back. Bonhomme was able to score. Mitchell Tainer, he's now been given back the official goal. It's good for Bajev as well. And you talked about set pieces and the first 15. And those 2 key points haven't always been a Republic strong suit. Tonight, they've been absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, they have. They came out strong the first half and then the second half again. You know, it should just be the same, and they've done that. It's been something that needed to improve, and a lovely bit of trickery there from Werner.
McCrary's going to cross. Flag goes up.
That's a late, again, another late challenge here from one of the Tulsa players.
And Aguirre is going to have a conversation with Christian Altamirano.
Right here is where the referee has to just pull a card up. You know, he has to show that he has authority here. You can't just constantly have guys just foul and get no reward.
And players warming up along the bench for Republic, but no substitutions made yet by Simon Elliott. Tulsa has used 2. And a recap again, the 8th minute all got started for Sacramento on a corner kick as Bajev found Mitchell Tainer crashing. Now Warner from the other side, lobs it in back post, another chance for Sacramento. Stefano Bonomo has a brace, and the Republic have 5 goals on the night. Three set-piece goals. I don't think it's something we've ever seen in Republic history. Simply astounding from this club here tonight in a dominant fashion from Simon Elliott's squad. Stefano Bonomo with a brace. I don't know what part of his body he used out of off it, but it doesn't always have to be pretty.
No, again, that's the forward right there. Left thigh, maybe
left
belly
quad.
button, any part. You know, obviously the goals haven't been coming for him, so any part of the body will count for him. Again, comes back to the delivery. Fantastic delivery tonight. Guys just attacking with intention. You saw Tainer going after the ball, Bonomo, Awasa. It's really encouraging. Like you say, I've probably never been seen here before, so
I can't remember 2, let alone 3. So I don't know if that means anything. My memory's not the greatest. Bob Premier keeping it in, trying to get Tulsa going. Tell you what, I'm sure he's okay with it, but Josh Cohen has had the most incredibly boring evening probably of his Republic career, which after last season I think he's just fine with. He's got the shutout going right now, and his team in front of him has 5 goals.
yeah, not much to do for Josh Cohen tonight, but I'm sure he's back there thinking of something smart.
The only real test was a play that just snuck right over the bar, and I feel like other than that, we haven't seen much from Tulsa in terms of a threat coming. And meanwhile, for Sacramento, they're the 2nd team in just 3 weekends to put up a 5 spot on this Tulsa side. We may have a debut coming for Republic as the newcomer. Juan Varona is getting ready to check in. Gonzalez switch the field.
Shannon Gomez never stops. Energize the bunny out there. He keeps going. Hasn't been, it's been a little quiet of a night for him, but he's always ready. He's always ready to win that ball back for his team.
Well, a rare move you won't see very often. Shannon Gomez out of the match after another solid performance, and replacing him Juan Varona, the 23-year-old El Salvadorian, who was signed almost a month ago now, but was now sent out on men's national team duty with Salvadorian side. but a big-time player, 4 league titles in 6 seasons with Santa Tecla. And Juan Barahona is making his Republic debut. And also, Kevin Aleman, who's been injured with that shoulder injury, he's into the match for Stefano Bonomo, who has the brace here this evening.
Yeah, good to see you know, Juan making his debut. It's been a little while since he was signed. I know a lot of people are eager to see what he can do, and from what I've heard, it's just getting him match fit. But exciting player. He's definitely going to add to this squad.
Great on set pieces and great piece of skill as Todd Donovan signed this player. And here's another electric player for Sacramento. Kevin Aleman looked good in training. Now he's going to try to add another goal for Sacramento. Aaron Iwasa off the bar, nearly had his second hat trick of the season. But there's the dynamic that Kevin Aleman can now bring you. And with a dangerous left foot, another piece of attack for this Sacramento side. And Simon Elliott has to be smiling. What he now has, a full healthy squad and players who are back, who are dangerous players that can move this attack in really a direction we have not seen in really 2 years.
He'll be delighted having you know, full access to the whole squad. See Aleman makes things happen. Great defending. There's Hedrick there, just getting his body in front of it, stopping Iwasa from getting another hat trick.
4 inches lower, and we're talking 6 goals. Here's a cross, deflected. Republic looking to clean it up. Altamirano. And Warner. Around. Bonomo with the brace. Iwasa with the brace. Mitchell Tainter with the goal. Here's Josh Golan. Josh Golan, 5 shutouts on the season. He's looking for number 6 here. He can hold on for about 12 more minutes. Kevin Aleman had some shoulder issues that has kept him off the pitch here. He had the knee injury last year. And one of those players, such an exciting guy to watch because he can do so many things offensively. You just feel for him that he's been injured. You just want him to stay healthy, just so we can see him and play and enjoy it.
Yeah, I don't think Republic fans have seen the true Kevin Aleman, and I have. You know, I've seen when he first got here, just before some of these injury issues happened. He's a guy that can change the game.
Altamirano cutting back in, sliding down. There'll be no whistle. Well done, Ralph.
On that far side if Werner can get his head up.
Warner cutting in. Aleman's waiting. Warner's going to take it himself, and it's number 6 for Sacramento. Astounding. A pure dominant performance at Papa Murphy's Park. Last time we saw this team score 6 goals was in the first year against Orange County. I think it was a 6-1 win down in Southern California. But nothing quite like this with so many players finding the back of the net. And what a tough evening for Mason Steinehart. Warner with number 4.
Yeah, great individual goal. He made the decision not to pass it early. Almost got tripped up, kept his balance, kept his composure. Just managed to get that ball just on his left side and right through the keeper's legs. I know him looking at this scoreline, Sam would have thought, I want to get involved in here, so good for him. Again, this is just building confidence for this squad. We spoke about that New Mexico game. You know, I think that really set a solid foundation. But again, it's early in the year. Well, we can get the 6 goals here, but plenty of games left to play.
Law Premier. Good cross to Costa. Cleared away. And this was a team that many who cover the league thought for Sacramento would be in the conversation in the championship game and likely a title winner. And then after those first 2 months, you got into the end of April, and many were questioning what they saw. Fairly or not, most of the team wasn't healthy, and they weren't quite clicking. Well, that has all changed here. They're getting healthy, they're playing well. And you can see the result, 6-0 here tonight against Tulsa. Matt Mahoney, who scored his first professional goal against New Mexico 2 weeks ago, comes in for Mitchell Tainter, who scored the first goal here tonight. So we talk about Matt Mahoney. Came in as a substitute for Declan Canaan against Reno. Had a tough assignment. Did feel comfortable. Last couple of matches, I think he's been the guy that they expected when they signed him. He's been confident. He's been solid. He's made good, strong tackles. Cleared it out of the back well. I think there's really nothing more you could ask for number 5.
No-nonsense defender.
Ball whipped in, tough play for Cohen. Makes it look easy.
It sometimes takes a little while, to adapt, moving from obviously out in the East Coast. He was Bethlehem Steel last year, so for him coming here, it's tough playing in this sport. When you're moving cross country, he's from the East Coast originally himself, so people don't always think about those factors when when players join other teams. I moved around plenty when I played. Sometimes it was kind of, okay, I got going straight away, but other times it could take a few months to adjust in. And
especially when you're younger, too. I mean, we kind of forget when we're 23 years old, right? As the jib goes down, the foul is whistled. I mean, it's not 15 years old, but still, and you're just out of college, and you're still adjusting to life. And it's one thing to go to college and be there for a couple of years. It's a whole other thing when you're, I mean, coming from overseas to here, and it's a big adjustment for anyone.
Yeah, it is. And I think, we're starting to see him settle in a little bit here. And once all that stuff off the field, getting used to the area, getting familiar with his teammates, the play starts coming. Once all that kind of comes together, it's so helpful.
Marano, first touch, takes a deflection into the stands, and that'll be a corner kick for Sacramento.
My God. Hedrick right in the head with that one.
Well, make sure to join us at Papa Murphy's Park, July 3rd. Sacramento taking on Fresno FC. It's a salute to service match. Kickoff is set for 8 o'clock. Tickets are available. Be a fun way to kick off your hopefully 4-day week. Again, you have that July 4th on a Thursday and then Friday the 5th. And Hedrick is going to take a bit, and I'll give credit to USL. They have been leading the way in terms of concussion protocols and the way that they're handling this. And even Pedro Hansopoulos tweeted out that he suffered a mild concussion in the match and didn't really realize it till later. But he said he was cleared, got back to the standard tests, and he felt good to go. And so he was back training, but they even held him out of training for a couple of days. And I think that's a whole new thought process that has really only become really in front of our heads, I should say, in front of our minds, really in the last couple of years. And good for the USL Championship and the rest of USL to take this and try to be the leader in the way that concussions are reviewed, especially on the field.
It's the right way to do it. Having suffered a concussion a couple of concussions when I played, it's strange. It's a strange feeling. So I think going through the concussion protocol, doing all that right, it's great by the USL. It's the proper thing to do. Well, taking care of the players.
When you think of the NFL, it's college football. There's a lot of hitting, helmet to helmet stuff. It's the baseball and the soccer that you don't really think about. It's the way that you're connecting with the ball, maybe colliding with other players sometimes. But corner kick, keeps it low, looking for Aliman, big swing. Iwasa not done. Here's Ray Sarr. He's going to size it up, sends it back left. And Mom Premier able to get in front. But for you, I mean, Were they big collisions? Were they heading off the ball?
Yeah, one of my concussions, probably the one I remember the most, was I never actually got hit in the head. I got hit in the chest, and I ended up getting whiplash. And I played, I want to say 10, 15 minutes. This was an MLS playoff game, and I had no idea where I was for 15 minutes. I had to look back in the video and see that I played on. I told my coach Duncan here at the time, I said, "That's sub." And he said, "Who?" Me, I think. I was unaware of where I was. I had my daughter at that point, my wife. But I just remember a little panic setting over.
That's scary.
What's going on? It was very scary. And I've had several teammates who have had to retire. And like you say, a lot of the focus is the NFL and how much contact they make. But soccer, you're heading it a lot. You're getting elbowed in the face, and it really does take its toll on you. So it's a really good thing the USL is taking care of the players.
And Taylor Twellman, of course, has been a big part of that and pushing that. I think probably of other sports. Here's Cameron Owasa looking for Aliman. Don't have a vocal person who's been a former player that's now in the media really pushing as hard, I think, as Twellman has done, and to his credit, and to league starting to pay attention. And anytime there's big money line or players don't want to talk about it, it's hard to address an issue, but it looks like that's starting to change. When you think about 40 years ago, water breaks were considered being weak, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's which is now insane to think you wouldn't give a guy water on a 100-degree day.
Yeah, it is, and that has to change. It's that perception of, oh, you have a sore head, just keep going.
Because you don't see it like a broken arm, which you could play on a broken arm essentially and really have no lingering long-term issues.
Yeah, but it's not visible to the eye.
Fancy move from Warner is he found Aliman.
Yeah, I think Kevin Aliman wants to get in on the scoring here. He's looked lively since he's came on.
Republic have never scored 7 goals in a USL match. Well, the USL unveiled its elite youth platform, USL Academy. It allows clubs at all levels across USL develop local youth and compete at the highest level across the country, including the USL Academy Cup. For more information, visit uslsoccer.com/academy. Chance DaCosta laying it into the middle of the park. Adai. Good defending by Ray Sari. Gets crowd into it. Here's a chance. Tulsa knocking at the door, and Josh Cohen able to come up with a big save. Deflected by Jordan McCrary at the last moment. But Tulsa's best chance at finding one tonight comes in the 89th minute.
Hasn't had much to do, but Josh Cohen was ready right there.
And those are the worst kind. You've been sitting around for 90 minutes.
Yeah, he was on his toes. He was alert there, even on that second one. It came back to him to get hit off McCreary.
Bob Premier looking for DaCosta.
That would have been disappointing. Obviously 6 goals is great, but you want to add that clean sheet to it.
Right.
And I know, especially these defenders and Josh Cohen, they pride themselves.
Aliman getting a little bit upset, and you know what? Really uncalled for, and it's going to add for more shoving. And Adai is a bit upset. Here's a problem if you're Simon Elliott. You've now got Kevin Aliman just back from injury. It doesn't matter, and maybe he got stepped on regardless. Now you put the coach in position to question whether he should probably be putting you in the match or not.
Yeah. Yellow card there for Aliman. It's tough. The emotions running high for him. Obviously, he wants to get involved, and you have to understand what you're coming into. You're coming into a game where the other team's pretty much, they're out of it, they're defeated. So they are going to be a little bit chippy. They're going to go for it. It's a great job by Owasa just having a chat there, as the captain does.
Doesn't push in the back, but
he has every right to be upset. But again, it's that experience. What difference does it make right now?
Sign up today at Rayleighs.com.
So 5 minutes of stoppage time. It's brought to you by Really Something Extra. Earn points every time you shop site today at Really.com. DaCosta and Tulsa still trying to find at least some meaningful parts of this match where they're down 6 goals. Out to Mariano. Back 11 again, looking for a short cross. McCrary defending well into the 6, and it rattles to the side of the net. It'll be another corner kick coming. Final moments here from Papa Murphy's Park, and what a barrage of scoring it has been for the home side. Start of the 8th minute has never let up since. Costa whips one in. Hedrick. Goal kick coming for Josh Cohen. Get updates and alerts all year long. Follow ESPN.com. All you do is search for your team, Sac Republic or Tulsa Roughnecks. Hit the follow button. Go to ESPN.com. Click follow today. Feeling your side, you just want to get this match over with. I mean, there's really no benefit here. Even scoring another goal, while it might be fun, injury is not what you want to see from any of your players.
No, and just the way Tulsa's been into things here as well. You're right. I think the referee can maybe acknowledge that, you know, and just shorten it. I'm sure from Tulsa's end as well, they want it to be done.
Alimon's going to be whistled for the foul. Surprise you when matches this out of hand that the official decides to still put quite a bit of time on? I mean, there was some injuries that slowed things down. 5 minutes. I
mean, you think maybe if the game's 1-1, yeah, the 5 minutes comes into account, but what time, you know, does common sense come into it? And I don't know, being a referee, how strict you have to be to it. It seems like he's been he's been real tight on it tonight, but again, look, you have someone getting pushed into the...
It's Montpremier again.
Yeah.
Barrota. For the UC Davis health sign.
Yeah, it's an interesting point. I've never thought of that, you know, if there is something where the ref can, at his own discretion, I think it should be. I think
even if it's 3, right, where you go, okay.
But right now, yeah, it's saying it would have been 5-3. Seeing how the game's going, there's nothing else to be gained out there.
Yeah, 2-0. I think it's fine. And I guess there's a slippery slope, right?
Yeah.
What is considered?
Yeah, what's going to? Yeah, exactly. But
and there's a warning for Josh Cohen to get things going. So the dynamic now with you've got Shannon Gomez, you've got Jordan McCrary, and you've got Juan Barona, and you've also really got Elliot Ford, excuse me.
Yeah.
Really, they can play those fullback positions. What do you do here? I mean, here, it's not like McCrary and Gomez have been playing poorly whatsoever.
No, not at all. And again, Elliot Horde has done fantastic when he's played, you know, and he's a proven player in this league, and good defender, effective going forward, puts a great cross in. Not getting any minutes tonight, not even in the 18 tonight.
Diamond's going to have a lot of decisions. Look at Alimon weaving his way up the field. Couldn't find any help.
But I know that's what they're looking for. They're looking for competition at each position, and that's keeping guys on their toes. Nothing's taken for granted. You're not guaranteed to start any game.
Well, look at Alimon. He's acting like this is a scoreless game here. Playing it forward to Bajev, just a bit heavy. And Steinehart able to scoop it up. And there is the final whistle in what might just be considered the most dominant win ever in Republic history. They take down Tulsa tonight 6-0 here at home at Papa Murphy's Park. What a win for the boys in Old Glory Red. 3-game win streak, first of the season to put 3 together in a row. And what a performance we have seen from this club in the month of June. Simply fantastic. We'll have your full highlights and stats and much, much more coming up after this.
Republic FC wins with 6 goals, which means everyone here wins tonight. Fans of the match will be receiving a free 1-topping large pizza with purchase of any large pizza at regular minimum price. Make sure to grab your Papa Murphy's coupon on your way out this evening. And now let's go down to the pitch with Connor and our Papa Murphy's Man of the Match.
Thanks, Jamie. I'm down here with our Papa Murphy's Man of the Match. Give it up for Stefano Bonomo, ladies and gentlemen. Stefano, the largest goal differential in a home match in Republic FC history. 6 goals tonight, most all season. Were you guys just locked in tonight from the opening kickoff?
All hugs and smiles at Papa Murphy's Park for the home side as Sacramento with the largest victory ever at home, a 6-0 win for the Republic. We'd show you most of this game again, but I think it would take too long. So we're just going to show you the goals here for the final highlights, brought to you by NorCal Honda. And it all started in the 8th minute. You talked about set pieces, Adam, and I don't think you could deliver much of a better ball than this from here, Villian Bajev.
No, great ball in, and I think tonight the attitude attacking the ball, you know, that was from everyone.
And then again, Republic getting aggressive, and then you saw McCrary with a solid strike, and on the end of it, the leader on this team, Cameron Iwasa, and at the time, goal number 8, and looking good for Sacramento as they went into the break. And 2-0 advantage, but then it would get going again. Early in the second half of play, Iwasa setting up Bonomo in the 48th minute, and now it's 3-0 Republic. Again, another set piece by your guy, Bajev. And why not?
So dangerous. Again, that's Iwasa getting on the end of it, but you put a ball like that in, I mean, that could have just went in. Iwasa doesn't touch that, it's going straight in anyway, so great ball, Bajev. And then from the other side, Werner's, anything you can do, I can do better. Great ball in again.
And Bonomo getting it there first, and then, yeah, you're right, setting up this. That was 5 already. You thought that would have been maybe enough. It wasn't. And 4 on the year for Sam Warner, who continued to have a breakout campaign, his 2nd professional season, really his first where he's gotten any kind of minutes. And 6-0 Adam Moffat. Astounding. Let's take a look at your Smud full-time stats. 20 shots. I think that might be the highest on the year as well.
Yeah, I'd imagine it would be. And a lot of those on target as well. You see almost half of them on target. That's such an encouraging sign. And that's something that I'm sure the coaches will be delighted at.
And I'll tell you what, it's one of those things where you could pick quite a few players to be your man of the match, brought to you by Papa Murphy's Park. I thought Jaime Villarreal was dominant tonight, and he played from box to box better than we've seen a midfielder maybe since Adam Moffat was on the team. But I'll tell you what, Stefano Bonomo, the brace, finally getting that monkey off his back. He scored his first, gets another, and we have 2 goals on the year for number 29.
Yeah, well deserved. You know, he's been working hard. Like we say, he's had an effect, but adding goals to that, that's such a huge thing.
Now, a lot of times we like to try to guess what the final score would be. I'd like to give myself praise here for selecting who the man of the match before the game started.
Bonomo, yeah, well done.
Give myself a high five as fans are meeting and greeting with Mitchell Tainer and company. A fun one for Republic fans at home here at Papa Murphy's Park. A dominant 6-0 victory. Sacramento is rolling here in the month of June. Thanks to our entire crew for all they do here at the scene and behind the scenes. For Adam Moffat, who filled in for Kevin Goldthwait tonight, I'm Rob McAllister. Have a great rest of your weekend. We'll see you a week from now as the Republic take on Reno 1868 in Nevada. That will be on My 58 at 7:30. So long, everybody. Hope you have a great weekend.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.